Hello there! It is a fabulous Tuesday here, and I am really excited about this conversation because I love having this conversation. It can be such a game changer for people. So, if you notice, the title of our video is Where Your Focus Goes, Your Energy Flows. And this is a great conversation that I have with my clients a lot of the time because we don't always understand or comprehend what it is that we're actually focusing on. Generally, our focus can be very dissipated, especially in this day and age where there is constantly something that's pulling at your attention. It can be very hard to actually focus on one particular thing and get some momentum and some energy moving in that direction. So what I would love to do is just kind of walk you through what this looks like, and then share some information as to how you can actually use this to help you in whatever it is that you're working towards, right? So what do I mean by where your focus goes? When I talk about where your focus goes, this means what is it that you're actually looking for? So oftentimes, we can just kind of go into autopilot and just let our day happen with no purpose behind it whatsoever. It's very routine. It's kind of like we're in a rut. And this is what happens to us when we get in the car, we go into autopilot, and we get to work or to pick up or drop off, and we have no idea how we actually got there because we don't remember anything between leaving the house and getting where you were. You literally can't recall anything else. And this is a dissipated focus because you're not able to pick up on other things that are going on around you. We spend a lot of time here if you're not training yourself otherwise. It just kind of happens naturally unless you're being very disciplined and focused on it, right? So what do I mean by this focused energy? When you're driving, I love this example. Imagine that you decide you want to buy a red Toyota Prius. Okay? You love it. You're so excited. You're like, I don't ever see red Toyota Priuses. I absolutely want to buy a red Toyota Prius. And because you've then put this thought in your mind about a red Toyota Prius, and that's what you want to buy, all of a sudden, you see red Toyota Priuses everywhere. And you're like, what the crap? How does everybody have a red Toyota Prius now? I wanted a red Toyota Prius because I never saw it, but now it looks like everybody has a red Toyota Prius. Why are they everywhere? And it's not that there's more red Toyota Priuses. It's simply that it has become your focus. Your subconscious mind has believed that your goal, your dream, is your red Toyota Prius, and so it comes into your awareness. And now every time you're driving, you see nothing but red Toyota Priuses. You're like, what the crap, right? This can be applied to every area of your life. You have to know what you're focusing on, right? So this is exactly why when my son asks me where something is, and I'll tell him, let's say he's looking for the ketchup, and I say it's in the refrigerator, and he opens the refrigerator, and he can't find the ketchup. It's not that the ketchup's not there, it's that he's not focused on actually finding the ketchup, but he's focused on looking at everything that's not ketchup. And when you're focused on everything that's not ketchup, you never actually see the ketchup, right? So this just requires a little shift, a little change in what you're targeting yourself at, right? So everything that's ketchup is not the same that everything that's not ketchup, right? Not ketchup is not the same as ketchup. It's a very different focus. And so when you are beginning to work with your subconscious mind and really starting to create what it is that you want, pay attention to what you're focusing on, especially if you're growing your business and even in the online world where it can be very easy to kind of get tripped up and chase the shiny object, right? We can struggle because people start to unfollow us, or they're not commenting, or they're not this, or they're not that. And we start to kind of loop in everything that people aren't doing, that we don't see all of the things that are happening behind the scenes, right? And so if you are kind of stuck in that wheel where you're saying, okay, well, I'm growing my business online, nobody's commenting on my photos, nobody's liking, nobody's buying, right? You're focused on all the things that aren't working, that you can't see all of the little things that are working. And it's a simple shift. So when we focus on what's not working, that's where our energy goes and we start to create more of that. But if you shift it and you say, okay, what is actually working? Okay, cool. Let me shift and pay attention and put my energy into the thing that's actually working instead of focusing on all the things that's not working, right? So prime example, let's say that you started using TikTok and you have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have TikTok, right? YouTube too. Like, let's say that you have these 4 social medias and maybe Facebook was really helpful for you initially, but you've been noticing kind of a trend where you're not getting as much engagement on Facebook and you're not getting people to buy and Facebook isn't really working the way that you want it to. You can keep banging your head against the wall with Facebook, or you can shift your energy to potentially TikTok where people are commenting and they're engaging and they're hanging out with you a bit more. That may be the best place where your energy goes in order to grow your business, as opposed to Facebook where you feel like you're not getting any kind of traction. You want to spend your time and energy in the thing that's actually working, not the stuff that's not working, right? So this is where the focus is, the energy goes, right? Where the focus goes, the energy flows. So you really want to start to pay attention. What is it that you're focusing on, right? Same thing in relationships. So my husband and I have been married almost 17 years this year, and there are moments, there are times where all I can see is the dirty laundry, right? Or the dishes in the sink, or the stuff that people aren't helping me with, that I am blinded to see the things that people are actually helping me with, right? I have older children, and so they can be very helpful, but sometimes I get caught in this rut where I'm focusing on all the stuff that I'm doing that no one else is helping me with, that it can be very blinding to see what it is that they're actually helping me with. And so it just is a step back and a refocus, and then you're off and running. So when it comes to whatever it is that you're working towards, are you focused on the thing that's working, or are you focused on all the things that aren't working, right? Prime example, so I am I'm more than halfway through a 60-day wellness program. In the first couple of weeks of this wellness program, I was focused on all the things that I couldn't eat. And that's all I could think about, was the fact that I couldn't eat the things that I was normally eating. And it was all I could see. I was blinded by all the things that I couldn't eat, that I couldn't see all the things that I could eat. And I had to reshift my focus. I had to say, okay, these are the things that I can't eat, but look at these pages and pages and pages of things that I can actually eat. So it was just a simple reshift. And I was able to refocus and say, okay, I'm actually invested in this because I don't commit to something unless I'm going to actually follow through with it. And it was a simple shift. And so I was then able to see, okay, right, like Brussels sprouts, uncured bacon, delicious, sweet potatoes, got you, chicken, salmon, all the things that I could eat. I began to focus on those things. And then all of a sudden there were all these things that I could create, all these new meals. It was just different than what I was used to because it wasn't the processed foods and the breads and all the things that have sugar in it, right? And so it was a simple shift, but that shift changed my whole attitude, my whole perspective on all of it. So when it comes to this, really start to pay attention to what you're focusing on. When you think of something, when you sit down to work on something, whatever it is, when you're in a conversation, Are you focused on the thing that you want or the thing that you don't want? Because if you're focused on the thing that you don't want, you're just going to create more of that because that's where your energy is going. But if you're focused on the thing that you do want, people messaging you, commenting you on your Instagram, whatever it is, that is going to start to build. So let that build in anticipation. Be excited about what that looks like, right? Love to see those little message alerts on your social media. That's really going to start to help you create that traction, because where your focus goes, your energy flows. So this is a little bit shorter, a little bit sweeter, but I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Happy to answer, happy to help in any way, shape, or form. And please go ahead and send me a message, comment below. Let me know if you have any questions about this, you want to dive in deeper. If you are looking for more support in this to be able to move yourself quicker through some of these things that are tripping you up, I would be happy to have a conversation with you. I am currently accepting private clients, and I would love to be able to support you in creating the life and business that you desire. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. And as always, be you, because the world needs more of you. Bye.